in a second. Welcome, Ronin Radio.
Tryna put on for my team and put on for the blocker. I got one eye for the snakes and one's for undercover. I bounced back when the trap decided just to fuck up. I never had a 30 older wearing the type to look up. Tryna put on for my team and put on for the blocker. I got one eye for the snakes and one's for undercover. I bounced back when the trap decided just to fuck up. I never had a 30 older wearing the type to look up. I was surrounded by the board and some did like the cooker. Some prefer the Smith and some did like the joker. DSG we pound no shift and watch me whoosh up. Got a box in the back, can hear it getting shook up. And I can give you work on corners like the Soho hooker. If I drop it to my Aki and say it's pooker. And the tummy is that fire loud, comes from overseas pounds. I just want 100 different ways we all can eat now. And if I tell you that I got you, then it means something. Send my niggas bread, although they tell me they don't need nothing. And when I wake up in the morning tryna eat something, my niggas in the other areas tryna beat something. I'm tryna see something, send a car and creep something. And wait for the call and ask him did they leave something. And I don't really like lying to my mum. And I fumbled when she asked me where this money from my son. And I told her that I draw it from my legal every month. And I'm saving cause this music ain't paying me for fun. It ain't paying me for nothing. Hence why I'm hitting corners, getting less than nothing. Straight from my brother, from another gully govern. And no bitch could ever try beg me for nothing. No bitch ain't begging for no backing back. Bitch, I'm from the hood. I don't deal with psycho, go key up my whip, I wish you would. You still gon' come around and take this wood. And I friends I still say don't think you should. Tryna put on for my team and put on for the blocker. I got one eye for the snakes and one's for undercover. I bounced back when the trap decided just to fuck up. I never had a 30 older wearing the type to look up. Tryna put on for my team and put on for the blocker. I got one eye for the snakes and one's for undercover. I bounced back when the trap decided just to fuck up. I never had a 30 older wearing the type to look up.
We are just getting everything in order, you know what I mean? Starting the show out live, getting that music out to the streets so they can hear how it sounds, man. They can hear how it sounds to be a Ronin Radiohead. But man, yo, we did a surprise show yesterday and it was lit. So we're gonna start this show in about 5 more minutes. Go ahead and repost this if you're on the stream. We love you. All right, 5 minutes. Sick.
This one just a tester. We got pack it up, but them bros gotta rock on me like Sylvester. The girls head toss spinning it time when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bros got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but don't fuck with his temper. This one just a tester. We got pack it up, but them bros gotta rock on me like Sylvester. The girls head toss spinning it time when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bros got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but don't fuck with his temper. So there ain't no comparison, compare me to you. Guess me shall I say +1, how you mean can't step in with 3+2. Got my hands in place, got from a young age, man, I've been on my P's and Q's. Come to think how the fuck, back then they were making up P's on Q's. I had to cut down trees like bamboo, move from smooth like hand to. Did what I had to, fed to my ass, stay back through. She don't love what I do, but she love what I bring to. Big body make her sing to, from the west like into. Pray what I sing to, mad shit what I've been through. You know much blood that I've been through, ran through.
Oh my god, we're gonna have a good show today because I'm feeling it, bro. I had to reload the tune. If you're here on the stream, big shout out to you. Come to the Ronin Discord. Giveaway is going mad today. Alright, let's go.
We got pack it up, but them bros gotta rock on me like Sylvester. The girl said toss spin anytime when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bro's got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but don't fuck with his temper. This one just a tester. We gon' pack it up, but them bro's got the rock on me like Sylvester. The girl said toss spin anytime when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bro's got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but don't fuck with his temper. So there ain't no comparison, compare me to you. Guess me tryna say +1, how you mean can't step in with 3+2. Got my hands in pies, cut from a young age, man, I've been on my P's and Q's. Come to think how the fuck, back then they were making up P's on Q's. I had to cut down trees like bamboo, move come smooth like hand to. Did what I had to, fed to my ass, stay back you. She don't love what I do, but she love what I bring you. Big body make her sing to, from the west like into. Pray but I sing to, mad shit what I've been through. You know much blood that I've been through, ran through. Hey yo, salute, man the back road and my GB, things in that mood. Hear my killie on the sideline, things in that pipeline, did it really talk, just shoot. And we all about bread now, fan of that tax, and it's why that we trap how we do. I got faith in my G, he will run that back, bring down that back if you're true. Break that pack into 2, me plus crew, break it out ball like blue. This whole trimming it too, didn't use gloves, socks on my hands like glue. Need to free out them G's and I'm bumping, to the day that I'm dead, say fuck it. Had to show all I'm on about Brunson, and I'm back for the game, and enough said. This one just a tester. We gon' pack it up, but them bros got a rock on me like Sylvester. The girl said toss spin anytime when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bros got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but don't fuck with his temper. This one just a tester. We gon' pack it up, but them bros got a rock on me like Sylvester. The girl said toss spin anytime when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bros got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but I'm keeping this down when I step out. Fresh cocaine wise on the dress down. There's galley galore, holy before. In the function, I ain't stressed out. How you gonna wife girl been pressed out? Better mention my name on the best out. I need investment P, money on trees, got a brand new spot, need to test out. M-Way, take tricks for the bread down. 24s on graph, what you know about? I remember them days, rain on the change, rain on the Z was a weep out. HB or box for the minimum. Rap or wavies, what I'm giving them. Either way, MH will be killing them. I don't care if they views a million. I put on for Brum, that's my city. I got packs on packs, so fuck with me. I put a box in drawers, drawers on tours. I gotta provide for my killie. Legal one, soul trap, giddy, my fingertips ain't touch rock like Millie. I give a girl back shot like Ricky, the girl in the pussy put packs in teas. Legal one, soul trap, giddy, my fingertips ain't touch rock like Millie. I give a girl back shot like Ricky, the girl in the pussy put packs in teas. I'm from Brum where it really gets nitty and gritty, surrounded by jewelers and keys. Main reason why when I fly out, hella stamps in the passport from seas. Different sea, casual drippy, she won't fuck how we leave. Roll we girl with the prettiest tea, then we gang with hoodies and blicky. Put on for my gang, put on for my sea. Cold outside, outside they get shitty. Still don't freeze unless he's gone piggy. Could be X5 or could be N-Siggy. This one just a tester. We got pack it up, but them bros got a rock on me like Sylvester. The girl said toss spin anytime when the man them enter. Cause she's got the whack and bros got the whack. Which one's the agenda? I don't know, but don't fuck with his temper.
Okay. I feel like fucking Kanye, bro. We are here. We are live. If you are tuning in right now, make sure you're reposting on the live streams on Twitch, YouTube, and X at Ronin Radio. Lads and ladies, bro, we're in the Discord right now. We're going to get started. I'm telling you, like, there's so much to talk about, bro. Like, there's a lot going on right now in Ronin ecosystem. A lot going on in the industry broadly, at scale, a ton of stuff happening. So today is going to be an action-packed show. Let's fucking jump into it. First and foremost, though, I just want to say good morning to my peoples. Then we got Xanatos in the building, Logic is here, and we're going to be talking with Proof of Travis today. Good morning to you guys. Yeah, man, GM. Give us a little DMs, and then I'll get into this intro, and we'll get cracking. Yes. Let's go. Travis in the building. We're also going to talk about Fortune Ronin, how you guys can get involved with that. The collection vote is still live, so you guys know what to do. Do the right thing. Get in there and vote for the community teams. A bunch of good projects, and we want to see that on Ronin, bro. We want to see, before we open up, let the community man them through, and girl them. But yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into the show. Welcome. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. You are live in the Ronin Discord and live on the Ronin Radio. I'm your host, as always. It's Gila, bro. You can follow me on Twitter at GilaCees and just follow the straight degeneracy that comes from my mouth or my fingertips onto that platform. So yeah, do that. Welcome though. These are the Roners. The Ronin community are in the building, and we work as the community communications platform to get the news and the details right to you guys, and also your opinion and feedback can come through the show. If you're following us, make sure you're doing it on all platforms, like I said, Twitch, YouTube and X at the Ronin Radio. And this show, as always, is powered by the Ronin Network, the biggest gaming blockchain on the planet. Now, with all of that said, we're going to start the fucking show. We're going off with the quickfire headlines, and then we're going to get into our main topics today. Main topic one, of course, Fable Born, announced yesterday, but our main topic two, we're covering Lumitera, as now the CBT2 is officially live, and there's some interesting conversations flying around with that game itself. But without further ado, quickfire headlines, ladies and gentlemen. There is still time to vote for the Ronin Radio collection and Fortune Ronin and the other collections in the community collection round. Please go to the Ronin Discord, locate the collection vote channel and vote for one of your community projects. You can vote for multiple. You actually could vote for all of them and just completely discount the value of a vote, but choose the ones that you want to see on the Ronin Network. To do that, you will need to register your wallet in the Ronin Discord and have at least one run in that wallet. If you're not seeing the channel, it's because of that. It is being shared in the Discord chat right now, so if you are here with us there, you'll be able to locate it. In other news, Katana version 3 upgrade is coming soon. A little bit explanation on that. They're deepening the control elements, a lot more like other blockchains that I've experienced and seen. A little bit more control around slippage, and also there's going to be Ronin treasury distribution based on things to do with the liquidity, right? Like swapping tokens on the network using Katana is going to actually contribute toward the Ronin treasury, depending on how you use that, right? But we have explanations for you. We are going to provide links to all of our quickfire headlines from now on, and those will be located in the Ronin Radio Discord, so make sure you're following us and in that Discord server. Other than that, the Ronin emissions are halving soon. It's going to be harder to get your hands on some juicy run as the time goes. Fortune Ronin is a project that can help you get your hands on some run. Same way with our setup here at the Ronin Radio. We want to have more distribution to you guys in the community, but run emissions will be halving soon. Exact date, November 26th, so not too long away. We also introduced the Ronin Shield. This is replacing Axie support. It is going to be a blanket. It will cover all Ronin support issues and Axie support issues too. And of course, we'll probably see some more games be added to that lineup. Just to get that news out there so you're aware of it. It is happening, and it has happened, I believe. Cambria early alpha season was going to start tomorrow. Unfortunately, there was a announcement put from them, the team, that it is going to be pushed back to the 19th. Right, so that will be next week, or the 18th or 19th, one of the 2 days. Anyway, it's next week, it's not tomorrow, but looking forward to see what Cambria has to offer to the ecosystem. We've already spoken about it on the show before. PvP elements, very exciting. The game does open up next week, browser based as well, so a lot of player liquidity available just on that alone. In other news, Ragmar news, regular season starts today and ends on December 26th, my friends. That means you will be playing throughout Christmas and you'll end on Boxing Day, so let's hope it will be a knockout season for Ragmon. There also has been some new Ragmon released recently, so check those out. Other things as well, there's a comeback event that gives returning players the chance to earn some Izeni. There's more details on that. I don't actually know specifically what it is. Xanatos, is this like returning players from like past IPs, past accounts that they've had, or is this returning players from the beta season? Just a quick confirmation on that.
Yeah. I think it's not actually returning players, but they just call it a returning player event. It's just to get people coming back to the game.
Basically, go play the game. Bottom line, there it is. New reward structure. there is a new reward structure for the regular season. So if you enjoyed the beta season, and of course Zenny was distributed in that season along with some rewards, then yeah, make sure that you're playing this game. 6-week season split into 3 eras: early, middle, and late era. So again, if you do miss the early era, you'll have middle and late eras to take part in. And I can't pronounce this name ever, but Yggdrasil berries. Yeah, they're going to be in game. Those things.
They were supposed to be in game, but they canceled that.
Yeah, YGG Drasil. Shout YGG Summit next week. Let's fucking go. Anyway, Ragmon announces the partnership with Miracle Play also, which is a Web3 esports platform. So you can see competitive gaming creeping into this IP, or not the IP, because there's already, I guess, the MMO was competitive at large. But whatever, esports platform partnering. It's a little bit exciting in this tower defense game. Are we going to see esports? I think the answer to that is yes. And then final things from Ragmon, they're going to drop mystery boxes containing new Ragmons. They will be NFTs for in-game play. You'll be able to actually purchase them on the Mavis store. So if you're a Ragmon head, if you're a big fan of the IP, the game itself, or a Genesis Tamer holder, you're probably going to be interested in those things. In other news, Pixel Heroes Adventures. What a fucking game that is, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but it is the game I am putting the most timeshare into right now. Don't know what it is. Might be addicted. Great game, but they have a small update that has fixed some bugses, Jesus, fix some bugs, right? and other issues that came along with the game. There's actually an update happening right now, and that game will be back live in about 30 minutes or so. So make sure you're getting your AFK rewards for the game being down, because that's something I found out today. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and if you want to play, we play in the Ronin Radio Discord every single day. Xanatos is like top 30 in the world. The guy kind of knows some stuff. We might make a video, a guide. I think we probably should. So keep your ears peeled for that one. Kydro, the pilot NFTs, you can see it. The talk has been going around on their website. You can already pre-purchase or bid to pre-purchase the pilots. It's actually really interesting strategy, which I could go deeper into conversation about, but it's like the community are pricing the value of alpha KDR with this bidding process. So it's an interesting insight for the company, and also just to see the interest from the player base and the people that have been accumulating throughout the synergy seasons. Hydro uses June to track the anticipated pilot mint. So this is showing you guys the recent partnership with June, the data. I guess what would we call them? The basically charts, bro. Charts. That's what I'm gonna say. Charts. Dune has the charts. You have the ability to query specific data point and then publish them publicly. They did one for Hydro's pilot mint. You can check that out in some of the links that we have in the Ronin Radio Discord too. It's actually quite interesting to look into. Wild Forest has a new skin collection. They're previewing it on their X page right now, so go check that out. If you are defending the forest, you are doing the Lord's work. Big shout out to Wild Forest and their achievements over the last month. Pixels has been nominated for 4 awards on games.gg, and here's some interesting news for you. Pixels actually is the highest burning token or contract on the Ronin Network, right? You can actually trace the contract for people emissions. They are producing the most on the network right now. So even if you don't play Pixels every single day, even if you don't look at Pixels as the greatest game in the world, they as a Web3 product are absolutely performing out of this world. So shout out to the team and look forward to seeing them next week at YGG Summit. And yeah, they could win Game of the Year. So let's give them some support. I'm not really a huge fan of the awards, but it is what it is. Games3.gg they're doing that right. They do it every year. We've seen it for the last 2 years. Been bear market. No one's really give a shit, but now it's starting to build up and heat up. It's probably a good time to go vote for a Ronin game. On other notes, Infomon CBT has ended. The official launch comes back on the 20th of November, though, which is next week. So if you enjoy Infomon, there you go. It's going to be open. If you weren't able to get into the closed beta, the official launch will be next week, so you can test it out. But I swear on everything, if you start replying to my tweets with these GPT generic responses, hashtag Infomon at the end, I am going to block you. So sorry, it is what it is. Don't want to start all that up, but there you go. Tatsumiko news. Tatsumiko went quiet as a fucking mouse. The Telegram game was fun in the boring period, but now we're getting into a less boring period as things are opening up. I haven't really touched it too much. I don't know about you guys as a community, but you can now catch 3 new lumens in game. So when you're tapping away, there'll be new lumens for you to capture, right? So check that out if you haven't. If you haven't looked at the game for the last few weeks, like me, it's probably a good time to go back and check those things out. But there obviously is more news, but we've taken a while just to go through those quick fire headlines. So today we're going to call them the long fire headlines. But that is most of your news. You are up to date. You are on the ball. You're knowing the score when it comes to things happening on Ronin. As of right now, we keep it live and direct this week. These are all of those updates. The big one, though, yesterday, Fable came onto the Ronin Network. That is our main topic one. So we are going to deep dive a little bit more into the game. And I'm going to try and find some information. We spoke to Cam yesterday, the founder, and he revealed that today is going to be a bit more information dropped. If he's free, he's very busy at the moment because they're handling the marketing and the distribution of this information. He might be passing through. He probably won't make it for our main topic one, though. And then we will turn into main topic 2 for Lumitera. So without further ado, lads and ladies, bro, what are we thinking? Fableborn came yesterday. I'm going to just ask the straight up question. Bullish, something you're going to play, or is it a miss? Is it a play or an... I'm going to do my old video series. Is it a play or a no way? What are we thinking? We'll go with you, Logic, first.
I think for me, it's going to be a play at first. I do know that, I mean, I'm a PC gamer, but even though it's not like officially supported with BlueStacks, people in the voice text channel was like, yo, I'm playing on BlueStacks, and it seems like it's not like a bannable offense or anything like that. So for me, it's gonna be a play. ARPG looks super cool. The base building thing also super cool. Kind of both things at once is like something that hasn't been done yet, as far as I know. And I do know, like, was just doing some research yesterday too. Fableborn is like one of the big games, right? That was in AVAX before, and now that they chose Ronin, it's kind of this like Ronin versus AVAX war, and it definitely gives me more confidence in Ronin as a whole. So for me, it's a play, and then I'll get more detailed thoughts around it after I play.
Cool. Yeah, perfect. Sanatos, you've been enjoying Pixel Heroes Adventure, which is a mainly tablet mobile focused game. Will Fableborn enter the rotation?
I will try it. I mean, it does look interesting to me. Like building a base for people to run through and then running through other people's bases. That sounds cool.
Yes.
I'll definitely give it a try. Like, yeah. Like, why
Uh,
wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? At least give it a try, right? Give it a chance. I'm in their Discord right now. There isn't much going on. Announcements we've not had. Wait, let me check. Yeah, the last announcement was yesterday at 2 p.m. It was just telling people about Ronin. One thing they said is our mission has always been clear: to make Fableborn a flagship mobile game played by millions around the globe. Together with Ronin, we have the opportunity to accelerate that vision. And there's more details on that, but I think they are in the right place if they are a mobile game. Heavy adoption outside of Southeast Asia is something that I've actually seen from this game's progress and their progression. So coming with Ronin, obviously exposure to that Southeast Asia market, and mobile gamers are plentiful here on the Ronin Network. I wonder, Travis, have you taken a look into Fableborn? Did you hear of it before, or is it coming to Ronin the first time that you see this game?
I've heard it before. I think I had a friend show me it, and I don't know if it was only browser at one point. I think I might have. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely gonna try it out. I actually tried to see if I could download it already, but I
Yeah.
learned that on iOS it's coming maybe next week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean I already tried to try it yesterday, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna give it a try when I'm able to, and whether I like it or not, we'll see. I think it has some fun elements. It has a bit of mechanics to the game. I like when you can have an influence on the result of things. So it'll definitely be like added to my list of mobile games. I've become more and more a mobile gamer. For me, I think after League of Legends, nothing's really like topped that PC experience for me. So everything else has kind of just turned mobile.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be part of my Wild Forest, Ragnarok, Pixel Heroes kind of list of mobile games, depending on what I want to, play that day.
Oh, a
Nice.
Ragmon player?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Yeah, Xanatos here is a Genesis Tamer holder. Fortune favored the bold, and he got a Genesis Tamer and has been actively playing that game a lot. I think it's probably your, not now because of Pixel Heroes Adventures, but probably your most played game, right? I'm
Yeah,
Ronin.
every day. Yep,
Yeah,
yep. I
interesting.
play it every day. I play it every day.
I mean, it is good. I have to blue stack it, and Xanatos is my coach, so it was outstandingly better after he taught me the game from his perspective. And yeah, it seems to be taken pretty well by the community. There's a lot of fans of it. The announcement of what they're doing with Genesis Tamers was really interesting. I don't know if you heard, if you knew about that, Travis. Do you hold a Genesis Tamer?
Yeah, I tried to get one on the mint. I didn't qualify for, I remember whatever list I did. I do hold some NFTs. The one feedback I had, I didn't really see the significance of my NFTs in the game. So
Yeah.
I don't know if things are going to really be done for that. I didn't feel like buying like 10 and merging.
Mm.
So I've been playing kind of the free to play style with my NFTs whenever I can. So I've been kind of just it's been more casual. Like I haven't been going hyper competitive on it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was a Clash player as well, and I like the kind of little moving monsters as your towers and stuff. So I mean, I just enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is a fun experience. It suits mobile
When did
really,
you
really
catch the
well.
new updates?
But I mean, I saw a
The new
tweet
Ragmon?
that there's some some airdrops are happening for
For Genesis Tamers,
Genesis
yeah.
holders. Yeah,
That's
and I mean, it's still early in my day, middle of work too.
right.
So I mean, I have a lot to check after work, along with Lumitera at least. So I'm kind of juggling a lot of
Yeah.
games now.
Well, there's a lot of rewards going on in that regular season, so maybe the casual approach obviously is still warranted, and I've played it on a very casual front. But if you go competitive on this, there are some rewards. Let me tell you. Number one, they're getting paid, bro. This Zenny, eZenny as well. Yet to kind of see the ecosystem expand outwardly as to where that would be useful. But I will not sleep on this team. Such a big IP behind this project, as it is Ragnarok, fucking massive. So I expect nothing but the closest and best support, especially around economics of things, having run an MMORPG for so long. Yeah, it's one of those games that I don't think you can miss really on Ronin. And Genesis Tamers, you guys are getting bread. They're basically, to give a high level overview of it for those that don't know, the Genesis Tamers will be getting a RON distribution from a Ragmon validator node. And I believe, I can't remember the percentage, but it was quite a high percentage of their,
25%.
yeah, 25%. And that's going between, 400 people? Because that's how many Genesis Tamers there are.
Less. There's only 336, I think, distributed Genesis Tamers.
Damn.
The others are being held
Wow.
hostage, basically. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are for like giveaways and like special events or whatever. They'll probably give those away.
Yeah, they've done a lot of raffles as well, so you always have a chance. Maybe you'll strike luck getting involved with the Ragman ecosystem, but it's all good. To be honest, on this Fableborn section, we anticipated Fableborn dropping their latest news. That was given to us yesterday on the show that there would be more news happening today. So as it's not here right now, I'll just say keep your eyes out for it, and we'll provide any updates on our Twitter. So make sure you're following us there with the notifications bell on. But yeah, really excited about this game. And next week is when we will get full hands on. They operate in seasons. Cam came through and explained it really well yesterday. So each season you'll basically be competing and earning rewards, taking on people's kingdoms, and also growing the heroes, progressing them through your gameplay. So there's a lot lot to look forward to, a lot to break down. Content creators, get ready, and we'll see what they have to announce today. It was very vague yesterday with Cam's interview, and he did allude to the fact that there will be a lot of news today. So keep your eyes and ears peeled. But yeah, we got main topic 2, and I'm gonna start edging over that way, lads and ladies. If you just joined us, you're locked into the Ronin Radio. We appreciate you for being here. Of course, this is our 3rd show of the week. We are heating up, man. It is no time to be quiet. So your support and your amplification means a lot, and it is important to the ecosystem at large. Of course, we are the community's communication platform, so we're here to communicate everything that's going on, and there is a lot going on. But yeah, no stress. You can catch up on anything that we have done earlier in the week or in earlier on in today's show over on our YouTube at the Ronin Radio, youtube.com/at the Ronin Radio. You can find it all there. So make sure you do that if you'd like to catch up. Yesterday, Cam did come and speak. So again, if you do want to hear the words from the founder himself, you will be able to locate that. We still got a lot of the show left for you, you lucky bastards. So let's get started on main topic 2, bro. Lumaterra, we have Logic with us in the building. Travis, you made some bold posts as well. I'm going to start right there. The post that I am referring to, I'm sure you're probably aware of which one I'm going to pull, but talking about the ability or the potential, shall we say, for the Lumi token, right? Lua can become the AXS of this cycle. Probably more controlled growth with the advisory of Sky Mavis, but explosive nonetheless. This is a big statement, bro, because AXS was nuts last cycle. I am really interested to hear. Yeah, go ahead.
People are saying that your mic is popping for them, and it is a little bit.
Pop, and then I'm out. All right, well, I'm going to ask the question and then fuck out and sort my mic out. But a really, really big statement. I'm interested to know the thought process behind that, Travis, if you take the floor for us.
There's I think there's 2 sides to it. I think the first side was, I mean, I finally got to try the game out. Last time I had somebody running my account for me, so I came in a little ahead. I got to upgrade some skills and do some battling and all that stuff. And then I wanted to push further, and I saw that some of my skills I needed some Lua tokens, like very little, like 0.2 or something like that, to kind of upgrade even further. And after having some fun and playing, I was like, no, I want to go further. And I like just the feeling of like, you know what, I'm gonna go on Katana, I'm gonna swap for some, I'm gonna deposit it in and pay the fee to kind of advance a little further. Just that feeling. It's been a while since I've had something like that where I'm like, you know what, let me put money into a game already in such an early stage. So I just think for those that are not thinking like too much into it, just the buying from it, and it's such a large MMO, you could already see a lot of players playing inside of it. I think it has a good chance of getting kind of that pump, just like people bought AXS when they wanted to breed Axes. Like they're just like, you know what, I don't want to earn SLP until I have enough AXS. I'm just gonna buy some AXS so I could speed that process. So that's just on the ground level. Like I have other things to share, but I mean, I'm curious if you guys have anything to add on just the game itself.
Hopefully my mic is better. Please let us know in the audience if it is terrible and trash. I'll try and sort it out. But yeah, you actually raise a really interesting point, because I think a lot of the industry right now is kind of set up in this stance. It's not like scared, but okay, I'm gonna say I actually believe that this is the approach. They're kind of scared to put like the tokenization of assets in the game at the forefront, right? Like the free-to-play option is very advisable. One, because of the market itself, the target market intended. A lot of the times people want to come into a game and return on investment, so they don't actually want to spend. They'd rather spend zero and then make what they can. And a lot of the games kind of lean into this, and they don't really like open the doors for immediate spend. And something that you said with Lumaterra, and I noticed it too, and actually experienced it in CBT1, the desire to spend is almost instantaneous, and you start to really understand how that can be an advantage to you as a player. And then also we're going to start seeing the development of this game. I've been checking their Discord out. There's been inquiries about guild setups and how guild mechanics will work. So even as a collective, there's going to be this incentive to spend, but it is almost instantaneous. You can obviously go and purchase equipment, get it into your inventory as soon as the game begins, and there are a lot of advantages that do surround that. It is interesting to look at when you compare it to other Web3 games. A lot of the time, like I said, there's a process before you even consider spending any funds. And Axie really did that with AXS because of, like you said, the breeding mechanic. It was like, okay, well, I've got one or I've got two and I do need three. So immediately I'm going to have to, plug into that ecosystem, the economy of the token, to kind of get the outcome that I intend. And Lumitera definitely shares similarities there. I wonder what do you think about that logic?
I 100% agree. I'm like very, very, very bullish on Lumitera, and I honestly think they're the only MMO doing it right. I mean, I know like in MMOs, in typical fashion, I think one of the biggest things that people were struggling with was the energy system, right? But I actually quite agree with it now. Just because, especially in Web3, if you just end up playing a game all day and then it's an MMO fashion, you're leveling up all day, it's just like not healthy, right? And one comparison I can actually give regarding this is Throne and Liberty. So Throne and Liberty is a Web 2 game that recently came out last October. And they actually do the exact same thing. They have these tokens for like dungeon runs and contract tokens, things like that. And dungeon tokens too. So one, you have like the dungeon tokens, you can only run like 9 dungeons a day, right? And it resets in the next 24 hours. And same thing with open world ones, right? Like you can only get loot with what, like 10k tokens a day, which you can easily burn in like an hour or less. So what that has enabled for me and what I've seen that doing is you do your daily task, right? You do your co-op dungeons and you do your and you do your open world dungeons. As soon as you're done with that, that should take you maybe like an hour, 2 hours, depends how fast you min max the game. The next step that they do is they have global events. So I think we're kind of seeing that, the start of that, with the escort, the slime event, which I think it's the correct play. And I think if it's the first one and it is successful and people see how it can um, really get players going with just like after doing their dailies, I think it's the correct play. And it can be like in Throne Liberty, it's actually even more extreme. Like they have an event every single hour, whether you do a world boss, whether you do they call them dynamic events,
Hmm.
things like that. And I can see Lumitera moving in this direction, and I definitely support it more than ever. You don't necessarily need to have like tokens or energy, right, to have fun playing an MMO. Because some of these dynamic events, even in Throne and Liberty, is just like PvP, and you get like PvP points, and with PvP points, you can access PvP shop. So things of that nature is kind of like where I see um, the game kind of progressing, especially Lumitera. Like I could see it going that direction.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to Travis's point of like Lua being like an AXS in order to level up, I agree with it. I mean, one of my tips in Ragmon actually is like, I know in Ragmon, which I'll make or I'll send a post here. This is like an amazing, amazing, amazing guide made by Olox. I agree with the majority of it, and I posted it in the chat for you guys. Definitely give it a read. I agree with the majority of it, except you don't need to level up all of your stuff. What you could do is um, you could actually just level up one thing that you really like, and then buy the other things to progress. And I always think, like, especially in Web 3, like you should speed up your progression, especially in MMO style games, to get higher end gear, higher end resources to sell for a higher profit, right? So early game, just go through it fast. Like spend maybe 10, 20 RON, 30 RON, maybe depends on how big your wallet is, and progress as fast as possible, and then start really making the bank flow.
Yeah.
Once you're there.
I was interested to see, and it is number one in the 24 hours. 35,000 run the last 24 hours spent in Lumaterra now that the CBT2 is live. Last time we saw 850,000 run over the course of the CBT. I think we're on track to see maybe even more this time round, right?
Yeah, something else I just want to quickly add too, like, because I know I was saying earlier that I'm a mobile gamer now, also because of work and everything. But when I do have this like more longer space, because usually my mobile gaming sessions are maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 on the bus or something like that. But maybe it's a Saturday and I have maybe 2, 3 hours to burn. That's what I'm looking for, like an MMO where I can just sit and play. And I think Lumiterra has that because it's almost like casual enough that you don't need to be sweating too hard. I mean, if you want to be sweaty in a game in an MMO, you definitely can, but it's not too sweaty of a game. The music is kind of calming. You could kind of progress. You could do your dailies. You could kind of walk around. So I think I like that feeling. And for me, it's a game where I'm not necessarily always trying to just min max and like, find ways to profit. It's just, let me just enjoy some time. Let me play one of the games. And, there's, of course, some things I maybe want to critique, but it reminds me very much of a game I used to play earlier when I was younger called Maple Story. It has similar dynamics to the early versions of it. It's changed now. It is coming to Web3, but it's changed how it is now. But I get similar feelings of just, hey, you can farm a little, you can battle a little. If you have some friends, there's some like mini bosses that you guys can fight together, do some events. And I just think that just that overall feeling is bullish. And then also now looking into their docs, there's actually like deeper DeFi things that I mean I haven't fully read through that also now interest me. So just getting involved in the ecosystem is definitely something that I see myself doing.
Yeah, 100%. And DeFi though, bro, like as it's an interesting aspect of this game. It's definitely very, very present. Reading through their white paper, there's some complex segments, right? And I know you're very in tune with the operations and the interest around DeFi involvement, especially within games. I just wondered what like has anything kind of stood out to you for like on that journey of kind of discovering things, and maybe what are you paying attention to right now?
Right now, I was really just enjoying the game today, and I think it was one of Kagi's comments of like, have you checked out the DeFi behind it? And that's when I kind of opened up the docs. I mean, I haven't like I'm gonna sit and really read through, and maybe I'll make some content to try to simplify what's going on. But
Mhm.
I did have a hint once they had that Lua USD, like they're kind of starting their own little stable coin or something. I mean, I got to read the docs, but once I saw that, I'm like, hey, wait, this is going a little deeper. Like most games don't need to do this, but what's their plan on that? I mean, I think for the Ronin ecosystem, it's kind of nice. Like for those DeFi heads, if you want to find a stable coin pair, like if you want to provide liquidity and something that won't have impermanent loss, you could do the Lua USD with like USDC, and you're just getting kind of trading fees. So I'm like, for the ecosystem and the DeFi ecosystem, it's something kind of cool. But of course, you kind of want to know, how is this stablecoin created? Like what's
Yep.
backing it? How is it being minted and all that stuff? And that, I mean, like I said, after work, I'm going to be diving into the docs and then, hopefully making a recap for some of you guys if you guys, are also interested in it.
Yeah, I think that's definitely content to lean into right now, because most of the things that were missing from the last CBT was gameplay guides, and I think that's kind of been galvanized now. And as you've seen CBT2 open up, for example, the guide that we were just looking at from Orlox, but now like the DeFi side of it has not been touched. Like I've not seen content on it at all. This is the first time I'm hearing about certain things. You're talking about the Lua USD. So that's 100%. There's a niche there, and there's a huge amount of player liquidity that would probably be interested in that. So I would advise looking into that a little bit more. Psychout actually said recently on his X, Psychout is back in the fucking building, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. If I had a round of applause button right now, I'll be pressing it. But Psychout is well and truly back in his bag, bro. And that for me means that good things are, because Psychout don't really talk too much, right? If nothing's going on, nothing's happening, Psychout is busy working, bro. I'm not saying that he's not working right now, but him talking a lot more, being more vocal, normally you can anticipate things to happen after that. But but he actually mentioned the other day in a post, just straight up, that USDC will not be the only stable coin on Ronin. You will see more stable coins on Ronin. So even just reading through this, the Lua USD can be exchanged for USDT at a 1-to-1 ratio. Is this the foreshadowing of USDT on Ronin as another stablecoin option for Katana ultimately? And this would tie in quite nicely. But here, Lua USD is a stablecoin within the Lumaterra system. It's actually interesting that all this has happened in the game. All this meaning CBT1, the amount of volume that was on the Mavis marketplace from the assets in game, and there still really isn't like hands-on with in-game tokens, at least from my experience right now. Like, is there a method towards that? Is that revealed this CBT2? Are you actively seeking out those opportunities, Logic?
In terms of DeFi, correct? Or
Well, just like yeah, because there's a lot of token tasks, right? But as I'm aware, these are token tasks are run token tasks, right? You're receiving run in exchange for the tasks. Is there anywhere in the game where they've introduced Lua yet, or any other tokens?
Lua is like you use it for like leveling up skills and things like that. So like once you go up past, I think it's at level 3 if I'm not mistaken. That's where it is. And then like the token task for Ron, it's like what you have like your missions or your quests and things like that. But yeah, in terms of Lua, like for me, I was mainly using it mainly for levels and
Okay.
progressing within the game.
Okay. Well, let's get into a bit more of the gameplay though, because Logic, you are like last beta test, you found some gems, right? I mean, give us a rundown of your experience the last time round, and what you actually like. I want to help a player today that is fresh in Lumaterra or has just began playing this CBT or is returning, and like me when I returned, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Let's try and give some guidance for those people.
For sure, for sure. I think the most important thing, guys, is like don't get stuck on your energy by messing it up, right? You need to go in with a concrete game plan on what you want to focus on, and whether that be like you want to gather or you want to farm, right? I would highly consider those two things first. Those are the two easiest things first. I wouldn't touch like combat yet. I think combat's mainly for so like when you're a little bit higher up in the game. So definitely go for like gathering or farming. You know, I think the best advice I could give is look at what the market needs. It is 100% a PvP game. It's like economics in an MMO, right? Let's say you play I don't know, just an example, Ragnarok Online or RuneScape. You go to the auction house or you go to different vendors in Ragnarok. You're gonna be competing with players, right? So early game, especially since the game just started, get the stone sword, right? The stone sword is it will enable you to do a lot of things, especially within progression in the game. um get your money up first. Like right now, start selling the low tier items because you know people are going to need them. There's gonna be a huge market for it, especially in the beginning. And then after that, start progressing more and more and more. Get your bag up, and when your bag is up, definitely reinvest. Right, like I wouldn't just completely pull it out. To me, it doesn't make sense. Like for you to progress, you have to spend money,
Hmm.
and spending money in this game just means like buying the things that you need, especially for whatever you're missing. So what I would do is focus on one thing, right? If you want to do gathering or farming, I would focus on one of those two things. Whatever you get from your chosen profession, sell it on the marketplace and buy the other things that you need to progress, because you do need to progress. The system in Lumiterra is like a tri system, right? You kind of have to level up all three things to progress to the next level. But you don't necessarily need to do it manually, right? You could do it through marketplace arbitrage, and you could buy your items that you need to be able to do that. So that's what I would do personally. But if you want to fully experience out the game and make sure that you're kind of well versed in all three things, then do all three things, right? Don't necessarily buy from the marketplace. But I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. I mean, I 100% would. I think it's a no-brainer, like for me
Hmm.
to level up, I spend money a little bit and then I make more money in return.
Yes, yes, yes. So you got to have a game plan. You have to understand what it is you're going for. You mentioned farming and gathering being the easier route in the beginning, because combat is pretty difficult. It's time consuming too. You also have the ability to be essentially fighting a bunch of enemies and get into an area where you're struggling to take enemies on, and you when you die in the field, right, you lose XP, right? You lose experience points.
No.
So farming and gathering are a lot easier in terms of the retention. And again, yes, you can buy a stone sword, which instantly takes your attack capabilities up. You're getting XP anyway from farming and gathering, so you can spend those in the combat section as well. So yeah, think about it if you are jumping into this game for the first time. Travis, was this your first time playing the game then? This last 24 hours?
No, it was my first time hopping on. I got access, and yeah, some of my friends were also saying, "Hey, yo, focus gathering." But I'm like, I want to fight though, and yes, the fighting is not easy. You got to go in, fight one, two monsters, run out, heal, come back in. So it takes some time. But I really feel like I'm going into this game as a consumer. So I'm thinking less about, I mean, I want to progress, obviously, without having to drop like too big of a bag. But for me, I enjoy combat part of it. So I'm probably gonna go against advice
Hmm.
and just kind of go combat anyways. But then yeah, then maybe learn my lesson, or I don't know if I'll be able to have an alt account that I'll just do pure gathering on or something like that. I don't know. I see that more in the future. But right now, I'm just enjoying the game and just getting a feel because I've been waiting for an MMO, especially on Rowan, and like a large one to really immerse myself in. So gonna
Yeah,
try with this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
and I think this is one to do so. I mean, especially like right now with those of us who are working and things of that nature. This is an MMO kind of designed for that. Like you can't just no life it. I mean, you can, but there's only a certain amount of things you can do due to energy, and you kind of have to reset it on a daily basis. So you will have your daily tasks, you will have your things to do, and once you're done with it, you can log off and do other things. And I think that's a more of a healthy way to play an MMO nowadays anyways.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
we're not like teenagers anymore who can spend 18 hours a day and that's the only thing we're doing. It's just not feasible. I mean, it might be feasible for some of y'all, but definitely not for me right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get to the like one of the loops, and like if you're an MMO player and just a gamer in general, you'll understand the concept of the terminology of a loop. But there definitely is. Is there a pathway towards some kind of loop in terms of the cost of energy, but the return on investment of those activities that you do with that energy? The daily restore is 12 energy, which I'm telling you is not a lot. So if you're not putting any money into the game or not sourcing energy bottles in any way, I think it's going to be it's going to be quite difficult to create that loop. So is that more so the focus, like the efficiency of the energy spend in terms of the monetary or asset heavy return that could create a loop for you as a player? Is that the goal?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Energy is everything in this game. You being able to figure out the optimal plan for your energy use is the best thing in this game. Um, like I said earlier, right? Like for you to progress, you need to make a plan. I mean, what if you're completely new? Don't even uh go too hard. So like there's like two progressions in the Metera, and I think Alex says it really perfectly too on his post. Is like horizontal progression to where you go from your level 1 farming, you move into your level 1 combat, and then you move into your level 1 gathering, and then now you're level 2 gear. Or you can do diagonal, which is like level 1 gathering, level 2 farming, and level 3 combat. And that one needs money to be put into for sure. But Go for the horizontal, right? Experience the game, have fun. Go for your level 1 stuff first, and then level up, and then get on with it with your daily challenges. And at the end of it all, it's like you get your energy. With your energy is like you can trade your Lumi fragments, right, and your daily tokens for 6 energy also. And then you get your daily dungeons, and then once you get your daily dungeons, you progress, and then you get the leaderboard rewards. And I think that's where a lot of the money is too. And it's mainly for like level 3 gear players, to be honest. That's kind of like the play to earn part of Lumiterra.
What was the leveling problem the last time people were like, "Oh, don't level up"? Like, what was that interaction?
So,
Would you advise people to go and just gung ho to try and get to level 3 right now?
no, fuck no. The main reason people say don't level up is because people weren't completing their sets, like their crafting set or farming set. They weren't doing it. They were just leveling up combat to level up combat, and that's just not the way to do it. That's why I say like horizontal progression.
Yeah, because the token
Probably
tasks,
your best friend.
the token tasks are based around your level. So if you get to a certain level, the tasks that you actually have available to recoup value and build your sets outwardly, even have some kind of value to present to the marketplace as well. If your your goal for the game is to return some capital and things like that, like as soon as you level up, the token tasks will change, your nature of your tasks will change, they become harder, and you might have to expend more resources to complete them, or you'll literally just be having a very, very tough time making sure that they're completed. I have leveled up my gathering to an extent where my gather tasks now are telling me to go to different areas to gather equipment and resources, but the monsters I can't defeat easily. So if I'm here hammering away at a stone in a certain area of the map and enemies come after me, like I am like it's shit or bust. I have to decide, am I going to stay and finish this gathering task and potentially die, or do I run away? So like if you come across those types of experiences, it's probably because you haven't leveled up horizontally correctly first before going vertically. So keep that in mind, especially new players, that this is something to take note of, and yeah, take advantage of the low level token tasks while you can, because you really can drag that out a little bit more for extra resources as you go into the upwards vertical progression in this game. So that was just a little tip, because I definitely fucked up on that one and it does not feel great, and now it's like a catch-up game in order to do that. Can you revert levels? I haven't actually explored that. You can revert levels.
Yeah, you can. Definitely revert levels, and don't make that mistake. I mean, even now, like, don't even level up, without your full gear progression.
Yeah.
Because as Gila said, like, when you level up, that's when your tasks get harder. And then what if you don't have the set to be able to complete your task? Then now you're fucked, right?
Yeah.
Now you don't have any way to actually progress because you skipped the, steps 1A, 1B, and 1C to get to step 2, right? So that's super important in Lumiterra.
Logic turns Sensei. We're almost wrapping it up here, but Logic turns Sensei. I wonder, for my own help, not maybe too much, because we understand information is exclusive sometimes, but if you do want some of this information, in the Ronin Radio Discord is where Logic's home is, so you can knock on his door and maybe get involved. We are going to be pushing an initiative of having Lumiterra players in the Ronin Radio setup, and us building a guild-like structure for when that presents itself in game. But as Sensei, I wonder if...
Pull up to the Ronin Radio Discord.
Yeah.
Let's play, and I will teach, and we'll progress.
But here on the show, just to kind of help some people, I'm a returning player, right? I haven't done anything since coming back into the game. I wonder if you take a look at my current setup and current position in the game, in the world, and maybe give loose advice as to what I should be doing next, or what's probably the best setup or things to go and tackle for me, because I think that is problem number one for me, who again, is not a full dedicated player. I am more of a casual style, but enjoy the MMO elements. But coming back into this game, it's almost overwhelming. So I wonder if you could help me position myself to know what are the next important things to be doing, which could help then a user watching the show today.
Yeah, for sure. Let me see your inventory. I want to see what you have.
Are we good? Tell me I'm
you don't
rich.
you don't have a full set. But you do have a full set, right?
A full set of weapons.
Or like for example, like gathering set or farming.
Okay,
set.
so yeah, I have copper sickle, iron pickaxe, the iron hoe. I have a what you call it, stone sword is definitely on deck. There's also a metal bow for combats as well,
Yes.
and then
But
obviously
you're
just
missing like
standard
pants,
brush.
gloves.
In terms of the pants, we have gathering jacket.
Yes.
Bro, I definitely thought I had more, but obviously I don't. The farming shoes are there. They're not equipped right now. It's for the movement speed when we were farming the dungeons last time around with the cracked crystal grass shoes, which were forged, I believe. But yeah, other than that, there's nothing else. I have the axe gear, but it's telling me I'm not a high enough level to equip it.
Yeah. No, what I would do first, bro, is get a full set of something.
Uh-huh.
Whether that be farming, whether that be gathering, I would choose one of those two. To be honest, get a full set of that so that
yeah.
your proficiency goes up, and then focus on that thing.
I think I'm gonna go for gathering because it seems to be one of the not easiest but preferred methods. Like with farming, you have the time limitations, right? Quick explanation on that. Like how I don't know what the time is, but you only get like a 2 hour, 3 hour max a day or something. Actually, we can go check. It's in the farming area, right? So every day you get a limited amount of time that you can spend on your land plot. Essentially, I don't know what the name for that area is, but it's specifically yours. And you can, this way you farm seeds. You'll also have your pets, and you can farm materials from them by grooming them and things like that. But you get a limited amount of time every day. So I don't know how I feel about shifting all of my focus toward, I don't know what that sound effect is, but I don't know how I feel about shifting all the focus here. I'm not actually seeing the time limit. It used to pop up, right?
Should be. Wait, what do you mean time limit?
They used to, like, you can only spend a certain amount of time. Oh, here it is, right.
Yeah.
44 minutes left today. The current homeland is open for a limited time of 45 minutes. By increasing reputation to 1800, the homeland can be open without time restrictions. So if you want to open that out, you need the reputation. But for reputation, you have to make the leaderboard at least once, rent a warehouse, pass the dungeon with specific score, and hold luag. So these would all entail, this entails being level 3, passing the dungeon with a specific score of 50, like of a specific score actually requires you to have a certain combat level as well. Renting a warehouse comes later in the game, resource base, and made the leaderboard once is pretty difficult given the player liquidity in this game right now. So it's not so easy to unlock this completely open. So keep in mind that you do have a time limit, and me just standing here is wasting that time, so I'm gonna get the fuck out. But yeah, farming happens here. You use your hoe, you get the soil ready, and you can plant some seeds and stuff like that. But there are specific people to talk to do these tasks, right? So if I'm gonna focus on gathering, one of the main things to do, you can see the question marks on your map, is locating the right people to talk to activate these tasks. This is the main town center, which you'll start over there where I was by the fire. And I guess you can open the map. You start, where do you start? You start over in this area right here, and there's people to talk to get the quests from the initial phase, and then of course you locate yourself further in the town to get more progression. The guy, this is farming. Boy like Terrence with a snotty nose. Bro likes to farm, so if you want to do some farming tasks, you go chill with Terrence. Husky is a dog that talks, but he's all about dungeons and things like that. So you get involved with the dog if you want to take the dungeons on. You gotta be a top dog for them. I believe Silas is the forging of equipments, right? Like or is he gather? He might be gather. I believe he might be gather. And Nash, Nashy boy, making the shop. So he's the guy that you craft weapons and combat weapons and stuff with. And Silas is another crafter. So where's the gather guy? Is the gather guy It's not Victor. Smith Burton does like equipment enhancing and stuff as well, or like crafting swords and stuff. Blacksmith. Is it you, Liam? Liam, are you the guy?
Silas.
It is Silas. Okay, this is storehouse stuff. All right. So it is Silas, but yeah, you go fill their tasks out. They'll give you tasks, dedicated tasks to complete, which will help you in those specific fields. They'll also show you locations on the map if you want to find out that stuff. Oh yeah, advanced gather challenges. All right, but
Yeah, bro. I think we need to get you like the set, like gathering set.
yeah, having good gathering tools.
Yeah.
God, that talking sound is burning my ears, bro. How to quickly obtain equipment. For gathering equipment, it mainly relies on the essence of warriors, with a secondary reliance on the essence of farmers as herdsmen. So this is one thing about the game that you don't know from the jump as well. All the different industries intertwine, right? Like you have to have a certain level and resource rate from the other industries to support and facilitate one specific industry. So again, it's telling you here the gathering equipment relies on the essence of combat, which is warriors, and the essence of farmers, which is obviously farming. So you can't literally solo one thing. You kind of do have to pick one, which is why you were saying earlier, focus. If you're focusing on one thing, then well, really you were saying focus on farming and gathering, because that's two, and then you can use purchasing power for the combat side of things, right?
Yeah. And I think like, I mean, as a general rule of thumb, just experience the game. Like, go do all three things, and it all starts with either gathering or farming. Those are the things first, because like with combat, that's how you get your farming essence, right? And with like gathering, that's how you get your combat essence. And with farming, that's how you get your gather essence, right? So all three things is like goes hand in hand with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So
This is what I was
as
talking
a new
about though.
player,
Farming this stuff is very difficult because my combat is not like that.
yeah,
So we go into these areas, and on the fringe of things, I can mine the dark iron, but if I go in there and those enemies come after me, bro, it's not fun. It really isn't.
yeah.
Let's see if we
It's
get a
like
drop.
5.83 chance. Like that goes up higher when you get your set. So like that's the most important thing is like you need to get your set, because you're using up energy, right? Every time
Yeah.
you do an action. So you want to make sure you have the highest amount of percentage to be able to successfully extract that thing that you're getting.
Yeah. Why is my game so zoomed in as well? That's kind of annoying me.
You can probably scroll out.
And no, you can't, bro. I'm scrolling. That shit don't move.
With your mouse wheel.
Oh, it works. Wow, it works. I was zoomed in. I was hyper focused. But yeah, finding these equipment, well, the gathering things are not so easy. And if you do come across these enemies, bro, they are out for blood. They want to kill you, so you gotta be careful. But let's see. I'm gonna get this dark iron. Hopefully, 5.83% chance. And like you're saying, with the equipment upgrading, with the whole set, the proficiency will go up, so you'll have a higher chance every time you do this. So your energy becomes more reliable in that respect.
Yeah, more efficient. Yeah. And when you're more efficient, right, you can even craft energy bottles, and you're using up less energy to get the materials to get those energy bottles, that sort of thing. It all like adds up over time.
And there are different types of resources here. You see dark iron 41, and then normal dark iron number 9. So you have to know which one you're farming to. So there are a lot of intricacies. This is a game where you can go real deep into this. And yeah, there's a lot of returns, man. I was telling you, like, do you think this is the game right now? If you want to be playing a game to get some kind of return, is Lumaterra the game to really be focusing in to do that right now? Or are there, do you think there are better
100%.
options?
Yeah, 100%. Because you can, like, for example, right? Let's say you make the farming set, right? And maybe there's someone out there that make this something what you're looking in the marketplace, right? So, Mavis Marketplace is your best friend playing this game. The economic PvP is like one of the biggest things in this game. So, let's say, hey, I am targeting the farming set. Okay, then how do I make the farming set, or how do I make farming tools, right? And that's what you craft, and that's what you make, and that's what you sell on the marketplace. And maybe
Mhm.
that's something that you're super focused on, and that's your market, right? So it is about like what is your market, what does the market need. It can change, right, just by scrolling through Mavis Marketplace every single day on what you can kind of take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's a lot of opportunity cost. It's a lot of figuring out what is the best use of your time for Ron, essentially.
Yeah. Anything that you're specifically focused on? Have you had much time to play as of yet?
No, no, no. I mean, it just came out last night.
Uh-huh.
So it's been 12 hours since it's been out. So I haven't played yet, but I will be playing today. So if you guys do want to play and like, you have some questions, you need tips to get started, or you are getting started, I mean, pull up Ronin Radio. We're gonna be there right after the show, like post show stuff,
Yeah.
and we can definitely cook it up, and we can definitely get you sorted in the right direction.
Hell
Will
yeah.
I give you the direction to my market? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm gonna give you direction to a market. You know.
Yeah.
It is very PvP.
Look at this. 3-in-1, bro. I didn't even want the other two, but whatever. We're gonna make it work. Let's see. Can we get one to end the show today? No, we can't. Fucking great. Awesome. Anyway, listen, we're going to transition back over to the desktop. Yeah, it's only been 24 hours, so a short amount of time in its existence. I wonder,
12
is this...
hours. 12 hours.
Oh yeah, not even. So is
Yeah.
is this the game that you're playing? Let me know in the Discord chat right now. If you're experiencing it for the first time on the show, make sure you locate the official channel links to play the game. You want to go to lumitera.net. It is on their social media. Also, just be careful when you're doing those things. But yeah, you go through their social media, you go through their link, or you can actually go directly to where it says Lumitera right there, and you'll see. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. This is the link. This is the link. You'll go to their official site, and on the official site, you'll be able to download right here. I don't know why I clicked it again. I don't want it to download again, but
Well, I mean, something too that I want to talk about, and this is from the new update, right? Kind of like what is new in the Mutera. Um, if you want to pull up the Ronin Network post real quick about Lumiterra, there's something I really want to highlight, and I think having a visual guide on it
yeah.
would be amazing.
Where are we?
And guys, like what we're about to show is like what are the things you can do, and like what are the events that you could do is, and definitely you there's timers for it, so it's a timer based thing, which is the escort the slime event, and I think that's
Oh, I
the
know what you're talking
start
about.
of that's the start of like the cooperation within Lumi, and I do know that they are going. It seems like speculating. It seems like they're going towards the route of like party play and guild play in the
Yep.
future.
If you go in their
And
Discord, there's
this is what
actually
MMO is all about.
open conversation. People have been talking about it. Shout out to Geese. He's been asking questions about the guild infrastructure. I actually read something that I'm going to go over real quick once we find this. I know exactly what you're talking about because we reviewed it on last week's show before the game actually dropped. All of the new things that have come to the game in terms of game mechanics. It's the official Ronin post, not from
Yeah, the
Lumitera.
official Ronin Network post. Yeah, and Cafe Lumi is in PC Mac Mobile, as Travis said. And McDonald's saying Geese is live on Facebook. Is Geese streaming Lumiterra?
Possibly,
Geese
yeah.
is, bro. If you guys saw it, man, Geese's email was all Mavis Marketplace item has been sold, and it's
Yeah.
like a fuck ton of it, and that's how the Lumiterra experience is. Especially if you find your market
Mm-hmm.
and your market arbitrage.
Opportunity is ripe. The arbitrage is definitely there. But I was looking in the advice for the CBT where you can leave posts And Guy's actually left a post in reference to guild setup. I'm trying to find it right now. I was reading it the other day. I read through the whole thread. Here we are. I'm about to put it up. Yeah, guild shards and value of on-chain member tracking. They were having a conversation about the guild setups and how it would work with Lumaterra. Pixelated Vince, who is the mod in the Lumaterra Discord, responded. Very detailed response as well. But they responded in analysis of pixels and their guild setup and how their guild shards are set by bonding curve, which means the more that sell, the higher the price. So at the start, it will cost 1 pixel, and as more people purchase the guild shards, the more expensive the guild shard becomes to purchase. So it's a self-enforcing like balancer of guild size, and they're interested in these features, but where's the part right here? They said what's missing in Pixels, among many other things, is a way for a guild to administrate and monitor in-game activities by guild members. Having data and analytics around how your guild members are performing in the game could lead to guild leaders, or could give guild leaders more information about who should be promoted, demoted, or even kicked. But he said, imagine in Lumaterra, you could see how many token tasks someone is completing, or how many dungeons they've completed, or how many slimes they've successfully escorted, or how many players from other guilds they have killed, right? You'd probably want to promote them since they're valuable guild members. So they are 100% looking at the guild setup, but I think what they want to do is capitalize on the data distribution to guild leaders so that the guild operations are going to be a lot more sophisticated. And of course, it's an MMORPG where the concept is already well understood, which is something he did say. He said, I think Lumaterra is positioned better to capitalize on guild functionality because Pixels is mostly farming, Lumaterra is MMORPG. So things like territory wars, guild raiding, dungeons, etc. are more natural extensions of Lumaterra than they are Pixels. Anyway, what Lumaterra will consider is how they can balance things like guild size if there are competitive aspects between guilds in Lumaterra eventually. How do you make sure that there is not one super guild dominating every event? So they are considering these things. It's the reason why it doesn't yet exist. I'm glad to hear and see that, because it's a huge component of the game, and again a huge driver for why people will be joining the ecosystem as well. So a lot of cool things to come from Lumaterra, and this is a closed beta. It's still very much the beginning. Very bullish, man. Very excited to continue playing this game.
Yeah, I agree.
No official guilds right now. Ronin Radio is gonna do one. We're gonna do one.
Yeah, we should, and I think it'll be like super fun. And I know there's some Lumi pros in here right now too, like Biku and Asta. I know Asta is a grinder. She probably made guesstimating like 200 run, 300 run last
Sheesh.
Right, Asta?
Yeah. Let us know in the chat. She's like, what? No. 200 Rondo right now would not be bad at all. My gosh, Ronin is undervalued. Travis, I'll pass it back over to you, brother. A game that you're going to continue investing some time in?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say we're gonna watch it on stream, but yeah, no, I'm definitely, when I have free time, I'm gonna be, yeah, kind of like what Logic said, just experiencing the game like firsthand, and then also looking at some guides and of course reading some docs, and then kind of, yeah, then maybe trying to min max or see what I really want to do in the game. So yeah, my free time is gonna be on Lumaterra, that's for sure.
Right. Love to hear it. The slime event, though, Logic, I think you want to round up on the importance of this edition. I haven't not yet taken part in it. Is it something I'll do today? I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to sort my my sets out. But what is it about this that you are most excited?
Yeah. So the farming or the slime event, right? And the reason why I'm excited for this is because I think it's a precursor to what we will see team-based activity will look like. So the previous TBT was like very individualistic and almost cannibalistic in a way to where you didn't want to tell people anything. It was a very gatekeepy, and it left players feeling like, yo, like, why should I play this game if no one's willing to help me? That sort of stuff. I
Hmm.
think back then it was just like the monetary incentive, and I think it still speaks a little bit here, but definitely not as much as originally when Ronin came. So the escort slime event. This reminds me of open world caravan sort of events in Web 2 games. More specifically, like Albion Online.
Hmm.
Within Albion, for you to transfer goods into cities that didn't have that natural resource, you needed a caravan, right? Because the zones to get to that city is PvP enabled, right? So you'll have like the PvPers who are looking to steal your shit. You have your gatherers and your caravanners who are just looking to move materials from A place to B place. And I think this is like the overall core concept, and I think, and I'm hoping that Lumiterra is moving into that direction. And the reason why I say that is because Lumiterra made a post, right, about different biomes in the game. And usually with these biomes is there's going to be a specialization of a resource in a biome. For example, in the desert, maybe you'll get glass, right? Because glass is made out of sand, right? Or in the forest, you'll get wood, or in the marsh, you'll get moss, for example. Like
Yeah.
these are just like very basic examples of what it is, and um, I'm thinking that if Lumi goes in this direction, and I think they are, it'll require these caravanners sort of activity, and that's a huge thing, guys. This is what really drives in-game economies to flourish, right? It's gonna be you know, who is specializing in what can you buy, what can you sell, what can you trade. Oh, maybe this guy is looking to move this thing now. Maybe there's even some espionage, like, oh, I'm gonna make friends with this caravaner, and maybe I'll play the long-term game. I'll be his protector for his next 3 runs, and maybe on his 4th run, you know, I'm gonna get my friends and we're completely gonna betray him in the PvP zone and take all his shit, right? So all these things can happen. And this is the player driven stories that I love in MMOs. The drama of it all, right? Of like the stories that happens in the games, and much like what Envy said, like Eve Online, right? Eve Online had this thing too. Albion Online had this thing too, and those were really really fun, especially with my experience in Albion. So that's what
Yeah.
I'm excited about. I think this is the precursor to it. I think this is the very basic form of it, maybe to feel out what the community thinks about it. Is it something to invest in? Is it something to keep building out? And yeah, guild drama is 100% the best, bro. Just like, oh, this person said they thought I was fat. Now I'm gonna wage my entire guild across them and take all their shit. And now, you know, this entire storyline happens within the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to hear the putang ina mo, bobo ka ba, you know, that sort of shit. So,
Yeah,
you know,
man,
that's what I want to hear in MMOs, bro. So,
Total
I think this is
War.
the precursor. Yeah,
Yeah.
A lot of the early game is about building up yourself, building up your character, and making sure you're equipped to take on what is the extension, the progression of the game. It becomes this huge open world environment for you, to participate in, to benefit, to build with other people, eventually leaning into guilds, but then also to take your skills and your resources to the put them to the test, man. We love a bit of PvP over here, so we're gonna be active in the Ronin Discord playing this game after today's show. So if you want to come and chill with us, join in with those fun festivities as such, you know where to get us at the Ronin Radio Discord. If you want to know where the Ronin Radio Discord is, ladies and gentlemen, You'll find it right in the bio. Click the link, join our Discord today. There's also some other stuff going on in there, like party icons, mirror passes, if you want to play that game. And we're also about to give out some of the cool costumes that Mr. Lark himself was posting earlier today. If you would like, you see I have the Axie costume in game. I can't even equip it because I'm not high enough level. But if you would like to rock the Kataro costume set, yo, let me know in the chat, bro. Put a 1 in the chat, in the Discord chat right now, if you want to rock the set, bro. Because we're gonna throw it out, right? We're gonna throw it out. Okay.
Go to Gila. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Yo, go.
We're supposed to give some stuff out.
We've given some energy away already. Now, we have not filled the entirety of the package of things that we have. Some people in here probably submitted their addresses when we announced it on Tuesday, because that was the original date planned for this. Of course, the delay was there. But what I think we should do, Xanatos, are you on hand to collect addresses? Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, yeah, you guys already know it. Drop your addresses in the Discord chat. Unfortunately, if you are on the stream, now is the time to run to the Discord. Drop your address in the chat. We will put it into the list. We'll actually distribute a costume and energy to all addresses that get submitted here today in the show. We are rounding up. We're coming close to it. The costume's gonna be fun, bro. I actually want one myself, so I'm putting my own address in there too. I won't lie to you. Give me that Kataro helmet for sure. But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Lumitera for the sponsor as well. As you know, every show is powered by Ronin, but of course, when we do feature some games and we give them the main topic, they also sponsor the community with some goodies, and we can look to continue that. I want to actually turn to Travis now as we are closing up. We did talk about Lumitera, great game, something to really dig your teeth into, but there's something else, right, Travis? You, the Buddha, forgive me, I forgot the third participant. You guys are on a venture for a community collection called Fortune Ronin. I want to give you the floor. Give us the breakdown of what your guys' ambition is and what you're trying to present here, and also how the community can get involved and support you.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate the platform. So yeah, so it's me, Debuda, and another friend named Ryan, who's kind of always working in the background. We were running an Axie scholarship, last cycle that got pretty big, and he was kind of the guy in the background for that. So we're teaming up again with Debuda to come out with Fortune Ronin. It's a pretty simple concept. You buy an NFT. Well, if we make it through and we get it to the mint, all the mint funds get staked, and every week there will be one NFT holder that wins the staking rewards. We won't be picking out of a hat. We'll be trying to use Ronin's VRF, so it's like really randomized, almost kind of like when you guys are doing your Tia's blessing and opening up your sacks. And so it'll be a fun kind of community, almost lottery like system, without actually officially calling it a lottery. Yeah. And so there'll be a lucky winner that I guess every Friday will win a decent amount of RON compared to the ticket it costs. So maybe they can enjoy the weekend, buy the drinks for their friends or something like that. I think if when we did the math, like currently state, I think yeah, we're planning on doing a 10 RON for the NFT mint, and the staking rewards would be around maybe 200 RON. So every week. So I mean, you have that chance. I mean, you're a 1 in 10K chance, but there's still a chance. And then actually a percentage of those rewards we're actually gonna put back into the pool to hopefully grow the pool as well. So it's nothing too complicated. It's really just something fun, and that we can set up, that the community can take part of. Of course, if people end up liking it, we can open up more draws. We can change the frequency. We can change the amount of winners. Yeah. But yeah, and if you guys want to support it, kind of like Gil said, you can roll up to the collections vote chat. Scroll to the near bottom. You'll see a golden bird for now. And you can kind of vote the thumbs up. We are doing also an art contest. If you are an artist and you want to create our new mascot moving forward, we are running that. And for details of that, you can follow us on Twitter or join our Discord as well.
Nice. Did they tell you can't use the Sky Mavis bird? Is that what happened?
Well, we're not sure. We're not sure, and we don't want to. We don't want to test it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're like, we'll just change it up. I mean, we do like the kind of golden bird, but we can also understand that it's
Yeah.
eerily similar to the Sky Mavis bird,
Yeah,
obviously.
true. No, I did like it. I did like it when I first saw it. I was like, this is something I can get behind, and there is similar mechanical processes to this, like what the Ronin Radio NFT will be doing as well. So it's definitely we can get these to the community, and you guys just have an ability to accumulate by being community members and by investing back into the community. It's a positive thing. I was just hearing like Friday for me, Travis, can't lie, the weekend starts on Friday sometimes, and just something to propose. I mean, right now it's just throwing it out there. It's live and in my head. But if you would like to do a Thursday, bro, and even we could collaborate and do the ticket reveals as part of a show segment. I mean, it's something we could think about maybe in the future. But of course, first and foremost, community, go ahead and show your support. If you'd like to see something like this in the ecosystem, make sure we're going to the collection vote of Ronin Discord and putting those votes in for your favorite community projects. Travis, bro, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate having you here every time. Glad that you're back plugged in, bro. For the longest time, Arona, some absences here, of course, work, life, everything like that. I hope you're doing well with all of those, with every aspect, and always welcome here on the show.
No, I appreciate it. Just getting deeper into DeFi so I could game more. I just
Yeah.
DeFi on the side so that I could game all day. So yeah. So I mean, I'm always here, even though I'm not always out there. I'm always watching, and I'm always in the community, and I'm never leaving. So appreciate you being on the show. Much
love, bro. Yeah, if you're here, the first time hearing about Proof of Travis, make sure you go follow him on X. Nice insights coming out here. Like I said, the strong, bold statement that actually instigated today's show and us bringing you on here. Stuff like this you're gonna get out of Travis, and of course some detailed insights to DeFi elements too. So go ahead and give him a follow. And again, thank you for coming through to the show. But listen, lads, ladies, like all good things, they must come to an end, bro. I'm sorry. It's just true. They must come to an end. And it is the saddest part of the show, I know. But look how much we have covered in today's show. Bro, you go from the jump, the quickfire headlines, which turned into what we now can call the long fire headlines. Jesus, my voice is going 3 shows this week. We're killing it. But we had a lot of headlines earlier on today covering aspects, of course, the community collection, Ronin news with Katana V3 updates happening. The emissions are halving. Ragnarok, sorry, not Ragnarok, well, it is Ragnarok, but whatever, give me a break. Ragmon regular season starts today. Make sure you're playing. Of course, there's a lot more information about that, the new reward structure, and how the era will be, well, it will be split into 3 eras. More information on that in the Ronin Radio Discord. Pixel Heroes Adventure has been doing its update. It is now back live, I believe. Xanatos can absolutely confirm that because I know he'll be sweating it right now if it is live. We also have Kydro with the pilots. We told you it's happening right now. You can also check out and track the data on Dune, and you can locate that through links provided in the Ronin Radio Discord too. Wild Forest, new skins going on. We spoke about how they have accomplished so much over this whole month. Infomon CBT ending, official launch next week if you're looking to get involved, and Tatsumiko with some updates on their 3 new Lumens in game. The main topic 1 was Fableborn. We spoke about it, the new game on Ronin. No official news released just yet, but today is the day that they planned to release more, so keep your ears peeled and your eyes on the timelines, as we will hear more throughout the day. Of course, we'll cover it when we get that information out.
There was news
during the show. Oh my god, live breaking. I retract, the saddest part of the show is now turning into a fun part. We are going to find out. What the fuck did they say, bro? The wait is over. Fableborn Season 3 is here. Get ready for a fresh Fableborn experience with kingdom building, raid, extraction, and new reward systems. And even more. Hey, even more than that. It begins on November 20th, which is next week, Wednesday. So not a long time to wait. Definitely sign up. We called to action it yesterday, but if you did not sign up as of yesterday, go to their website. You'll have to create a Pixion account. Once you create the Pixion account, you'll be ready to go pretty much. This is the account you're using in game, so make sure it is your actual account. If you're going to create aliases, then whatever you want to fucking do, my friends. But was this it? Is this the extent? Don't tell me that. All right, well, let's just watch a video together.
Oh, change your screen.
PvP! PvP extraction? Bro, wait, because all of the clips that we saw up until this point were good. They were good clips, but that was a little bit more, a little bit of zing, a little spice, a little sriracha on that motherfucker right there. PvP with extraction, brother, in arms. That's looking actually juicy, I can't lie. Even the combat kind of looks a little sexy. Ending the show with a little Rona. Fableborn next week, next Wednesday. Make sure you're ready. Definitely sign up for your Fableborn accounts or your Pixion accounts right the fuck now. Get it done. And yeah, thank you guys for leaving your addresses in the chat. We're going to distribute those energy bottles that we have and the costumes. Hey, you're going to be fucking dressed up like you're in a pantomime. I'm going to be behind you. And I'm not going to do any pantomime jokes. It's fucking corny and lame. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, all good things must come to an end. We had a nice little end piece right there talking about Fableborn. The big main topic number 2 was Lumaterra. Great conversation on that. Again, we will be playing in the Ronin Radio Discord for the rest of today. But first and foremost, we got to get work done. We got a team meeting. We're going to do that. And then right after, you'll catch us there in the Discord. So make sure you are joining the Discord. If you need reminding, you silly fucker, go to our profile and click this bastard link and you'll find your way. All right. But yeah, on top of that, we just covered the new info on Fableborn. I'm excited, you know. I actually think it's going to exceed expectations because when I heard about it, I was like, Fableborn, I played it like a year and a bit ago. It was cool, bro, but like they have come a long way. I will just put it like that. That trailer got my dick hard. The Rona is here. Thanks again for Travis for coming through. Go and vote for your community collections. Fortune Ronin, The Rug. Fucking go and vote for us to rug you, bro. I don't understand why there isn't an appeal or an attraction there. We are going to rug you and you're going to vote for it. It's pretty simple. And we're the only project on there that doesn't have any art or marketing. So like we're showing you we are going to rug you. So go and vote for us and make sure that happens. But appreciate everybody that came through. If you enjoyed the show, however, remember to support us on all social platforms at The Ronin Radio on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, and for the Twitter, again, X, whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know how you can call it anything other than Twitter. It is what it is. But go and support us. Without all of you guys, none of this would be possible. Big fucking shout out to the stream today, hitting over 550 viewers. We appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for showing support. And our next show will be on Tuesday. I land in Manila 30 minutes before show start time. So Xanatos and Logic may have to take the helm. Stark should be here too. But we will be covering all the prep news for Fableborn the day after. And maybe one or two things have happened since then. Maybe some Ragmon season recounts, maybe some advice from Xanatos too, and again Infomon will be starting that week as well, so we'll give you the lowdown. But next show, panel basis, we'll be here covering all the things. Maybe we'll have more info on the Axie Nightmare event as well, so a lot of things to look forward to. We'll be back here same time in the Ronin Discord with the alpha for you guys. And with that said, thank you oh so very much. We appreciate you, and I will catch you next Tuesday. Big shout out to the community. Big shout out to Logic and Xanatos. I love you guys, all right? 2024 calendar variation as shown A. Asta, what are you showing me right here? Anyway. What the fuck?
GG's.
Wait, one of the utilities is a physical calendar merch with a Gila oh yes, absolutely. And to make it even sweeter, it will be only in my boxes. Top tier content. On that note, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I've said too much. I love you guys. I'll see you next week on Tuesday. Thank you for tuning into the Ronin Radio. Have a great week and go play some motherfucking video games. Peace.